Alright, so in this lab, what you need to do is you need to do a couple of things. The first one is you need to add a function to the library, and that function should mimic the functionality of print, but instead of printing strings, it should print integers. And the reason why we would need it is because I want you to implement this particular circuit. And in this particular circuit, what I have is I have 3 push buttons, and these 3 push buttons are connected to B0, B1, and B2. Okay, and they have 3 functionalities. So currently now my microcontroller is completely reset, so I don't have anything showing on the LCD. But once I press one of these buttons, it will actually use that print integer, for example, a print underscore int, or whatever you want to call it. And it basically just adds a number and it prints it, and it's just an integer, so it can go for quite some time. The next button actually goes on the opposite direction. It actually decreases it. So as long as it's pressed, it's actually decreasing it. When I don't press it, it doesn't decrease it, and so forth. So, and it can also go to the negative, so I should be able to see the negative parts too. So the third one is no matter what number you have actually displayed, it will just display 0. It basically would 0 that counter. Okay, so again, 2 things you need to do. The library, you're going to have to add a functionality to print integer. That's what I'm actually doing in here. And the buttons are actually controlling some sort of a variable that contains that number, and I'm just displaying it. The last one, it just zeros that number. Okay, so I'm not using interrupt, but feel free to use it. This particular functionality here in my code is not using any interrupt, even though I'm connected to B0, B1, B2, which stands for interrupt 0, interrupt 1, interrupt 2. Because my code is not doing anything else, so I decided to continuously test for the status of these switches, or basically what we call a polled I/O. All right.